Hello, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today we are on question number 24. The very second to the last question. Yes, I promised you to look at 25 exam style questions and we are on question 24. Have you been following me all the while? Thank you. Have you watched all the previous videos? If not, please do. You'll be glad you did. And most importantly, have you liked the videos and subscribed? Please subscribe. Let's get right into this question on probability. Tanya plants some seeds. The probability that a seed will produce flowers is 0.8. While when a seed produces flowers, the probability that the flowers are red is 0.6 and the probability that the flowers are yellow is 0.3. Tanya has seeds that produce flowers. Find the probability that the flowers are not red and not yellow. Now let's break this down. First and foremost, when we're talking about probability, you need to bear in mind that the total probability of an event happening, that is the certainty of an event happening, is 1. So if it is certain an event will happen, it is 1. If it is impossible, it is 0. So your probability ranges from 0 to 1. Another thing we need to point out here is that this particular question has chosen to represent the probabilities as decimals. They could easily also have been fractions. It is advisable you continue with the pattern of the question. So whatever answers we are given here, ideally they should be decimals because the question has been posed using decimals. Now, another thing we need to note here is that the probability has been given of the seed producing flowers. Tanya has seeds that produces flowers. So we're saying that of the seeds that produce flowers, the probability that the flower will turn out to be red is 0.6 and probability that it will turn out to be yellow is 0.3. What is the probability that it is not red or yellow? Remember, the total probability is supposed to be 1. So if it is not red or yellow, remember in probability, not means minus, or is plus. So if it is not red or yellow, it means 1 minus that is 1 minus 0.9, and that gives us 0.1. So the probability that it is another color that isn't red or yellow is what? 0.1. Now the next question is asking us to complete the tree diagram. The tree diagrams generally are ways of simplifying probability questions. So what do we see on a tree diagram? On a tree diagram, as the name implies, it's a tree, it has branches. Each branch should add up to 1. So when you're asked to complete your a tree diagram, just bear in mind that the entire branch should add up to 1. So let's start from down here. If this branch is supposed to add up to 1 and I already have 0.8, what could be left? That's 0.2 because 1 minus 0.8 is 0.2. We're told that the probability that it is yellow is, that it is red is 0.6, pardon me. Yellow is 0.3. And we just found out that not red or not yellow is 0.1. Voila, we're done. You can see that this is really easy if you just follow through with the information you have been given. We have just put in what we have used earlier to help us complete the tree diagram. All right, let's go on to the next question. Find the probability that a seed chosen at random produces red flowers. So for a seed to produce red flowers, it means that it flowers at all. So this probability is actually saying probability that it flowers and the flowers turn out red. I hope we understand. So this is probability of it flowering and is multiplication times probability it is red. What's probability it flowers at all? We're given in the question, that is 0.8. What's probability? It turns out red. That is 0.6. 0.6 times 0.8. You just say 8 times 6, that's 48. But now you need 2 decimal places, 1, 2. So it's 0.48. To the next question here. Tanya chooses a seed at random. Find the probability that this seed does not produce red flowers and does not produce yellow flowers. So what this is saying is that it doesn't produce red. To start with, it doesn't produce red flowers and it doesn't produce yellow flowers. If we look at the possibilities on our tree diagram here, if it produces red, produces yellow, will be produces its flowers and produces red, will be 0.8 times 0.6. Flowers and produces yellow, 0.8 times 0.3. Flowers and produces other colors, will be 0.8 times 0.1. But now they're asking us probability that it does not produce red flowers and does not produce yellow flowers. The very first option here is that it is either it doesn't flower at all, that is the probability that no flowers at all, or probability that it has other colors, other color. I hope you understand this. If they are saying it doesn't produce red and it doesn't produce yellow, and the seed was chosen at random, you were not told whether it is of the seeds that produce or not. So you have to consider the ones that don't produce flowers at all, which we are given as 0.2, or which means plus, and producing other colors. Producing other colors will be its flowers, 0.8, and another color, 0.1. This we got from our tree diagram. So this is going to be 0.2 plus 0.8 times 0.1 is 0.08. This plus this is going to give us 0.28. All right, and the final question here. 2 of the seeds are chosen at random, 2 separate seeds. Find the probability that one produces flowers and one does not produce flowers. So this implies that you're picking 2 seeds, random seeds. You pick the first one and then you pick the second one. The scenarios that could occur is that first you pick one that flowers and then the one that does not flower. Or you first of all pick the one that does not flower and then the one that flowers. Now it seems like it's the same thing, but the order is actually important here because you're picking 2 seeds. Okay, so probability that you have a flowering seed and the one that doesn't flower, for it to flower is 0.8 and not flower is 0.2. Excuse me. Probability that it flowers is 0.8 and not flower is 0.2, or that's plus. Probability that it does not flower, first one doesn't flower and the second one flowers. 0.8 times 0.2 is going to give us 0.16 plus 0.16, and that gives us 0.32. All right, so that is all on the probability question. Please go over it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you so much for sticking by till now. Guess what? We are going to the final question, and it's got some calculus. See you in the next video. Later.